Masters, and what an occasion to savour. Two Triple Crown winners, two born champions, both desperate to return tomorrow for one of our sport's ultimate finals. The players are ready, the crowd are ready. It's time to hear that irresistible Ali Pali roar! Please welcome a player emerging for his 6th Masters semi-final after victory over Lazowski. Twice a finalist, champion in 15, winner of 12 ranking titles in all. He's a class act, on and off the bays. He's and his opponent, contesting an incredible 15th Masters semi-final. History maker, record breaker, still at the peak of his powers, he's the world #1. Blink and you'll miss him, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
These semi-final matches are again best of 11 frames affairs, first to 6s heading into the Masters final. Ronnie's targeting his 14th final here. Shaun is aiming for his 3rd after a 9-year wait to return. Stephen and John, we're about to discover who will be delivering the knockout punch this afternoon. All yours.
Thank you, Hazel, and good afternoon, everybody, to a fascinating encounter. Already mentioned, wouldn't be the best of pals, these two, but that just adds a little bit of extra spice to it. Both got great respect for each other's games. Nice smile there. And what an atmosphere this is. One of my favourite events of the calendar.
First frame.
Snooker calendar semi-final Saturday at the Masters. Great occasion, Stephen.
Yeah, what I wouldn't give to be walking down them stairs, playing snooker in this atmosphere. Absolutely incredible. That's what it's about. I just hope both of these players play very, very well, because then we're in for a classic. Sometimes these matches don't live up to the billing, but I just think, yeah, it's got that little bit of spice about it. This is part of the game that Shaun's got to compete today, safety, and that's first mistake, hitting a bulk colour. And Ronnie have his hand on the table. He can be pretty certain if he's playing a safety shot, the cue ball, well, in this instance, be pretty close to that green.
Yeah, chose to play what we call the figure 8 shot around the angles. It's actually a bit easier to control the weight of the cue ball playing that shot as opposed to a straight up and down. Mind you, not that Ronnie does that very often. Everything's usually hit with a bit of side. And that was a pretty decent shot. Yeah, this is the bit that Shaun's got to be very wary with here. His returns to the baulk area. Yeah, not bad.
Shaun Murphy, 4.
Usually pretty thick, hence the off. Yeah, not like him to do that. Now there is a long red in the corner pocket, and this will tell us where we're at very early, because this is usually a Shaun Murphy special. these long pots. Stephen mentioned earlier, got one of the best long games. How's he feeling here? First chance is going to go to Ronnie O'Sullivan.
One.
Yeah, Ronnie played the bad shot, but it's him that's got the reward from it. That was pressure on that from Shaun Murphy, because leaving the cue ball down that end of the table.
Yeah, I think he'll just come back. The red that he's looking in the corner, if he actually stuns that, I think he'll be perfect to get through the gap for the black. So he might not have anything to do with the cue ball. So this one in the top left hand, if he just stuns it, firm stun, should have the angle to the black.
Seven. Ben. Score is on the ball. Yeah. 14. $15. $22. $23.
Had to force that. Not sure whether he's on anything.
30.
No, looks like it's a safety. So Shaun will be
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 30.
pretty happy coming to the table, only 30 points behind. Usually when the cue ball's at the top of the table, this man's as good as it gets, but not with that visit. Can get through the gap. Just got to be a bit careful here if he's playing this. He'll have to contact that red quite thick to avoid the other two that's on the left hand side. So it's not straightforward, which is why he's taking a little bit of time with it. There's two reds together on the left hand side. Could be a problem. Hence the change of shot.
Foul. And a miss. Shaun Murphy, 4.
It's such a difficult shot. This is playing with drag to judge the speed of the cue ball to land on these, the red closest to the cushion.
Certainly better pace. Table would have been reclothed as well. from the earlier matches. It'll be a nice brand new roll of this. Well, the table's been playing beautifully all week. Be very reactive when it's brand new. Well, he'll be hoping for cover here because he wasn't expecting that red to go with the middle pocket. And as he left a gap, not quite, but he may swerve it. Here it is, just a little bit of left-hand side. Not easy to judge these. And the red is a little bit away from the middle pocket, so not a gimme. Yeah, unlucky, but one of those things, because of the side he had to put on it, once it hit the jaw, it was always going to spin in. That left-hand side, as you see the pot go in, once it hits that cushion there, it's going to spin it into the pocket. Important shot, this one. Big target in the baulk area. Absolutely fantastic. As I say, it was a big time, and Shaun missed it. Left that red out, didn't get the cue ball over behind yellow. This is the consequence. Trouble now. Wonderful arena, isn't it? Absolutely jam-packed. Everybody enjoying this semi-final. Shaun Murphy won't be enjoying this at the moment because, well, if you manage to get out of this hitting a red and not leaving something, you'll have done very well indeed. He's in all sorts of bother here. He's thinking maybe inside the black there to try and rest on that red that's closest to the pocket, but I'm not so sure the blue might be in the way. And if he plays down the table, he's going to need a long spider, which is a horrible shot in itself. So he's thinking maybe 4, maybe 5 cushions to get to that red in the corner. Now he's changed his mind again. This is very tough. Well, he's left a potential plant, but not a straightforward pot. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, I would suggest that Ronnie in this match has started a lot more focused and looks like he means business.
6.
In these first 2 matches. First 2 matches were played, some of the shots were played very loosely. As if, as Ken said, it was an exhibition, but he seems to be fully
7.
focused on the job right from the off here today. As you would expect, because this is what he's all about, the business end of the tournaments. Semi-final, final tomorrow. That's what he's about. Picking up the trophy.
Absolutely love to get rid of that red that's over the left-hand corner pocket. Get rid of it quickly, open it up for the black, and indeed maybe the pink as well. So That's the red that he'd like to get rid of. Just may have come a bit too straight to get back over.
Twelve.
Well struck, that one. Yeah, playing now in an area of choice of reds, taking these nicely so far.
18. $19.
Yeah, I talked about Shaun. His long game needed to be on it today. He missed an opportunity.
25.
And the ones you're playing Ronnie O'Sullivan, I'm afraid, half chances sometimes is all you're going to get, and those are the ones you're going to have to take.
26.
So he's long potting today. His stats are going to be well above, I would say, 75%, 70-75%. 2 out of every 3, at least, he's got to get, I think, to compete today.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. But I'm actually going to say the reason why he's sitting watching these is because he was the first man to have the safety to stick him behind yellow and brown, and he didn't get it. This is the level you're playing at, top class elite sport. And when someone gives you that opportunity, you've got to be in there first to get that. You're playing one of the very best players, well, the best player who's ever picked a cue up. So that was Shaun's chance to get Ronnie in trouble. He didn't do it. And the next visit, Ronnie stuck him right in behind the brown. It's a tough school, but it's what you'd expect as Ronnie gets a monster kick. He was just running the cue ball through for the side cushion there to remove that red on the left, but
37.
taking all the pace out the cue ball.
Yeah, and he's 1 red away from securing the frame. Yeah, doesn't get the kick. He's on that red, and the frame's over.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 37.
I don't know, but it looks at first glance like he's gotten away with it as well. 2 reds and nowhere near a plant, can't be made into one. Yep, and he's covered the other 2. That is a result.
Here's a bad contact. And Ronnie is the only player in the game that doesn't use the new chalk, which basically prevents kicks.
Yeah, he doesn't really play a... It was a very difficult situation to play a talent safety there. But it wasn't straightforward, that red in the middle. Needed a bit of respect.
Yeah, I mean, he's, again, played that almost like an exhibition shot. It only needs the red. There was no need to try and screw it in and out of bulk.
One.
He's not got a lot of room for manoeuvre in terms of points. He's going to clear up here. So he's not got a lot. He's not got any, actually. That brown means he's 50 behind with 51 on, so he needs 3 reds, 3 blacks if he's going to win the frame at this visit.
Yeah, and he couldn't put the cue ball any worse than that, screwing back for this red. This is a horrible little shot into a blind pocket. Brilliantly played. Absolutely wonderful shot, that is. And plumb on the black. What a shot that is. Very impressive.
Well, what a statement this would make. Shaun could somehow make a clearance here. He's been pretty much second best the whole frame. But If he can produce
13.
a bit of magic here to pinch his frame, that would certainly put down a marker. At
14.
this level, these are the sort of situations you've got to, it's what you've got to do if you're going to beat the likes of a Sullivan.
Yeah, there's nothing like winning the frames you shouldn't win, or you don't look like
21.
winning. Great for you, and hurt the opponent. Green
22.
obviously looking like the main ball, but the good news is if you can drop it in, there's not much to do with the cue ball to leave brown in the centre pocket. It's a tough shot, the green, I know that, but at least you don't have to do too much manoeuvring with the cue ball.
29. $31.
Well, here's the big shot. Could have done with a little bit more angle just to bring the cue ball off the cushion if he knocks the green in for the brown, but this is a tough pot. Yeah, this is a tough pot.
Shaun, 31. Three. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 3.
Yeah, not to beat. Might have knocked that in and just seen the end of the frame. 27 points in it. As it currently stands, it's 2 snookers. Brilliant attack, this. Very good. Probably won't get any points off it. It's not the hardest escape, but Ronnie taking no chances, playing at that pace just in case he hit it and went off. So, a possibility, you know, could always pot the brown and then try and play for the 5 points. Blue, pink and black, which would get him a respot, but he's sticking on the brown for the minute. And another good shot. I think I'd be, well, if he leaves me a pot, I think I'd be tempted to pot this brown as quickly as possible and play for the snookers off the blue. So a 5-point penalty would come in very handy. Oh, another good shot again from Shaun. Got him full ball. So this one's a little trickier. It's a bit tight to come off the top cushion and go past the black. You don't want to hit it and give 7 points. So 2 cushions, and you'd better hit it. Played with drag. Well, he's hit it, but no prizes for guessing what he's going to be after the next one. And this is important if you're going to play this. Try and get that cue ball tight to the pink, as tight as possible. That's the fella.
Foul. Shaun Murphy, 4.
(23) behind, 22 on. As I say, that 4-point penalty, yes, it's one of the 2 he needs, but still got a long way to go in this frame. Been impressed with his snookering so far.
4.
All about good cue ball judgment here.
Shaun
try, but I
Martin,
think he's got the gap. That's a good shot. Very good shot. Couldn't get the snooker there. Far too difficult, but make sure you get the object ball safe. It was very well struck.
Yeah, he's played a very good second half of this frame, Shaun Murphy. He's played some excellent shots. The break to almost pinch the frame was good, and some of his safety here has been top drawer. That's how difficult it is, though, to get snookers against the top players. He needed 2 snookers. It took him 4 attempts to get the first foul. How many snookers is he going to have to lay to get the second foul?
I don't know, but that's the worst kiss he could have asked for. Sticking that black tight onto the top cushion. That's just become mission impossible now. That black where it was absolutely lovely. This has just got 10 times harder. Not there, so one good long pot from Ronnie here, which you'd expect him to knock in. In she goes.
5.
And that will be the end of that frame.
11.
And that's enough for Ronnie. And if the rest of it is like that, it'll be good stuff this afternoon. Very intriguing opening frame. He did have a chance, Shaun Murphy. Just rattled the green in the corner with a potential clearance. But it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who takes the first, and he leads 1-0.
Bet with this man, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Tough as it gets.
Yeah.
And I've played him in practice
The
a few
second
times.
frame,
I've kept thinking
Shaun
I had
Murphy
him,
to
and
break.
yeah, it's virtually impossible, I think.
Escapology at its best, eh? Back we go. It's O'Sullivan. 1 up.
Not the best break, but he'll settle for the result. Yeah, I think Shaun will be definitely tempted by this. Red in the top right-hand pocket, stun across for the black maybe. He's just coming down to have a little look, see if he'd leave anything if he does miss the red. And then once he's made his mind up that's okay, he'll be fully committed to the pot. So that's the second long ball he's had a look at. Not potted either just yet. And he, well, has he left it? It looks like he's left it somewhere where there is a pot. Well, not to be. Here's your chance, Shaun. Rather similar to the first frame where Shaun made a bad shot.
Just take it out.
So Ronnie made a bad shot and he was in. It's Shaun's turn.
One.
Big chance. You feel he's got to. I mean, he's not getting away from it. He's going to have to score these visits. But it's a little bit ragged the way Ronnie played that red. Normally everything's pretty precise. It was a little bit air of a sort of hit and hope. Just smash the red in and hope to be on a colour.
6.
Normally there's, even when it looks there's an impossible position, he finds a way, but
7.
It's a bit ragged for him.
Yeah, this is a massively important visit at the table, this. They all are, but you feel at the start of this match, Shaun's got to stamp his authority and show Ronnie that he's here to play. He's been scoring very well all week. Plenty of big breaks. As I mentioned, that 70, 75 plus, they're the ones you need to be making every frame. And you get these chances, and if you can do it here, you'll have a foothold in the match.
14.
What makes this an even better opportunity is there's no need to be going into the reds at all. Everything's there. So it's just a matter of keeping control of that cue ball.
90.
Which he has done all week with both players, as you would expect. Positional success, 93% for the week for Shaun Murphy, 94 for Ronnie, which is excellent. I think when you get to this stage of the tournament, the business end, if you're not above 90% in any of the stats to do with
20.
potting, you know, that's what you need to be winning the trophy.
Come up a little bit short of the cue ball there, but insurance policy, that red that's near the yellow spot was always there.
$25.
And that is
26.
massively overhit. Almost got into the cue ball too well there. Now he's got to go in and out of balk and not contact the balk colour or the pink. So good positional shot required here. And he's just lost the cue ball a little.
31.
Well, he's pretty straight.
$32.
Yeah, decent pot that, good recovery. Still not absolutely 100% with the cue ball since he lost it to the blue. And he's missed that one.
Shaun Murphy, 32.
Disappointing, as I say, 2 shots ago, he was absolutely perfect.
One.
Yeah, I'm afraid missing blacks off a spot at this level, especially against this opponent, is unforgivable. Shaun knows it.
Eight.
Slightly overscrewed, but this is a tougher black than he would have liked. Digging down, trying to hold the cue ball. Great pot. Beautifully cued.
I mean,
16.
it played this black of a spot as if it was, you know, the cue ball was a foot away from the black. And that was such a difficult shot.
17.
Yeah, and that's why we were saying earlier in the frame what an important visit was for Shaun, because, well, you don't keep getting a bucket load of chances against Ronnie O'Sullivan. And he's missed his chance, has to be said.
22.
And he must be fearing the worst. These are lovely.
23.
It's like Shaun's out there trying his absolute hardest to win a semi-final. Ronnie's playing shots as if it's an exhibition. I mean, there's just 2 different attitudes out there at the table.
30. 31.
Yeah, at the moment, it's looking like Shaun will be clinging onto the hope that that red that's near the top cushion is the only impediment for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
38.
It's just so good when it comes to being on the blue. It's as good as anybody. Always just seems to be the correct side of it. Makes their job so much easier.
44. 45. 52.
Oh, kick again.
53.
That's the second one he's had. One on the blue earlier, and that one was a shocker. So there is a reprieve for Shaun Murphy. That kick, taking all the pace out the cue ball. Couldn't get back on the red off the green. Valiant attempt though it was. A very good visit nonetheless. Just took all the weight out of it. Pots that, drops the black in. He's just got to drop the red in for the frame, so not the best of fortune there. Just checking to see whether flicks past the brown, but if not, it'll be a thin safety and now behind the black, you would think, with the cue ball. And here she comes. Beautifully played. Just doesn't waste the shot. Does not waste the shot. Decided to play dead weight, but don't know. Going to get really close to that middle bump if he's going to play from this angle. Maybe if one of those shots is affected by the new cloth because it'll skid and slide, which is probably why he's missed it in the first place. So adjustment. And he'll take that for sure. Lovely strike again from Ronnie. Get that one thick, you're in trouble. Beautifully played. So all the time there's pressure on this return.
Yeah, I knew he couldn't get a good cue ball. Just had to. The priority was getting the red safe. Where's the red going?
He hasn't fluked it. He hasn't fluked it, has he?
Oh dear. Like he needs that help. I mean, that's just, if you're Shaun Murphy, that's just vile, isn't it? That red going in.
4.
Played a decent safety shot, got your opponent in trouble. Wasn't any difficulty hitting the red, but getting
6.
it safe was the problem. That's safe in the pocket.
9. 13. $18.
Not bothered about the black. Ronnie Sullivan playing with tremendous freedom out there. Shaun Murphy misses the black off his spot. He can't afford any more of them if he's going to win. He's 2-0 behind.
And for all the world, he's not mixing it in the intricate play here, is he? He's just getting on with it.
Yeah, it's just so hard to do, and particularly as a semi-final of the Masters.
It's O'Sullivan, 2-0 up, going well.
Yeah, it's looking all hunky-dory for him at the minute. As for Shaun, he just needs to get a frame on the board and get involved. That chance in the last frame was a big one. Black off the spot. They hurt. He was just scrapping a little bit for the cue ball. Lost it after overscrewing for the blue. And he's just played a very poor safety there. Far too thick. Hand on the table. Chance for Ronnie. Well, unusually not cued so great there. Long game early in this tournament was absolutely on point. So, two pretty ragged shots, has to be said. Well, not particularly close by his standards either, but I think he's been quite fortunate. Red over the corners, you can see, is covered.
It's amazing when you're playing Ronnie. I mean, when he's playing well, you're under pressure. But then when he starts missing, it's almost like you're under pressure as well, because you think, I've got to capitalise, because he started to miss. Then you put even more pressure on yourself. It's like, it's never ending.
That was some pot, by the way. And this has got a bit of pressure on it with the red being over the corner. Well played, good pot.
Five.
Excellent opening red that was, and the brown, because of the circumstances, wasn't too far behind it.
6.
Yeah, it's got to be just you and the table. You've got to try. Difficult, obviously. You've got to try and forget who you're playing. Doesn't matter if it's Ronnie, any player. It's you and the table. And that's all your concentration. That's
11.
where your concentration should be. For Shaun now, it's just got to be, just going to control this table, put all the balls, forget who's in the other chair.
Yeah, it's not like he hasn't been cueing well or scoring heavily, because he certainly has been in this championship so far. Took a chance. Where's the cue ball finished? Lovely.
20.
Absolutely perfect. Well, if you wrote away for that, you couldn't have got a better return. Absolutely perfect. Through the gap, split the reds up, plumb on the blue.
$25. 26.
Similar angle of black he missed in the previous frame. Playing it differently though, playing it more positively. Again, in a position where
33.
no cannons or splits required for the remainder of this break.
34.
Yeah, he knows it as well as anybody. He's got to win
41.
the frame from here. This is a fabulous chance.
42.
Yeah, would have had to play with a little bit of run inside to flick over the other two reds in the opposite
49.
corner, so decided just to play for the red in the middle.
50.
Taking these beautifully so far. Does strike the ball
57.
beautifully. Some great authority on that cue that's delivered. He's playing well. Makes a lovely sound.
58.
Straight in the back of the pockets. No jaws involved when Shaun's hitting it properly.
$64. 65.
Yeah, round of applause, knowing he's past the
70.
winning line in his frame. And this has been an excellent visit. Much needed, has to be
73.
said. 3-0 down would have been very worrying, but this has been beautifully constructed. Okay, got that good run of the ball in the middle when he split the pack and ended up perfect on the blue, but aside from that, the cue ball
80.
control in this has been wonderful. He'll certainly be feeling a whole lot better now in this semi-final.
$85.
May choose to try and flick one of the reds out. Decided not to, could have
86.
played that shot. Excellent
92.
positional shot and clean pot. Screw back, move the other red out, is it? No, he played the... They're all playing for the centuries these days, aren't
93.
they? And why not? What a wonderful century break that is. Fully appreciated.
100.
Excellent contribution. Well, not to be. Oh, is it? Hang on a minute. In we go.
$104. $106.
Has to be said, Steve, made in pretty quick time too as well. Hasn't been hanging around.
No, it plays at really good
109.
speed. Shaun Murphy, everything about his game is aggressive. And he can be intimidating in his game. Don't forget that.
113. $118.
Yeah, and he knocks this black in. He'll equal his highest break of the tournament of 131. Made against Jack Lazowski. Sorry, Jack. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful break from Shaun Murphy. From start to finish, okay, aided by the fluke in the end on the last red there, but wonderful cue ball control, beautifully played. He's involved now. It's 2-1 O'Sullivan.
Sure is. We have a contest, all right? Back we go.
Yeah, when Shaun was acknowledging the crowd when he made the century, I was looking at Ronnie, and Ronnie had a little smile on his face, which is quite interesting.
He'll have an even bigger smile after that break-off. That's a shocker. Just got yourself back, and he knows it. You get yourself back in the match, just made a century, and you go and break off like that. He can't believe it. Nothing worse.
Is that not Shaun Murphy in a nutshell, though? I mean, it's just sometimes he goes from the sublime to the ridiculous, and it's just concentration. I've done it myself. You just make a century, you're feeling great, and then you just completely take the break off for granted.
Yeah, I don't think the opponent doesn't know about it either. Ronnie will be trying his best here to make that one hurt. Once again,
7.
Fabulous cue ball, perfect on the blue. Always is. So good. Oh, what a shot that is. Goodness me. Unbelievable. How much work did that cue ball have? Watch this again. Takes a second spin, goes there, and then goes, hang on a minute. Here we are. Incredible.
Would you just put that down? Thank you.
Yeah, I suppose the only downside to how well he played that shot is what's happened to the pink and black. That's why he's tried to force,
30.
with all his cue power, to get that cue ball back up for blue. It's not perfect on this at all. There's a bit of pressure on this blue if he's playing it to the yellow pocket. I haven't seen what Shaun's just done in the previous frame. I mean, the split was an absolute masterclass in how to play it, but as I say, what's happened to the pink and black and that area around the black spot wouldn't have pleased him.
Yeah, this pot in itself has got a little bit of pressure on it, but it's not straightforward for the next red. Hmm.
18.
Well, he's down for the plank quick. Very quick. Didn't even give that any attention there.
O'Sullivan, 18.
Thought he may have taken a little bit more time there.
Yeah, when you're Shaun, you can feel the signs. You can feel what Ronnie's doing. He's not really playing serious match play shots here. Put it this way, when he was winning his 7th world title, he wasn't playing plants like that. But again, because it's Ronnie, it can just put you on the back foot slightly when he plays. You know, the shot choice is not orthodox.
I mean, that's a really difficult shot, by the way. Not only was the distance between the balls, they weren't even lined up. So to try and get that angle correctly wasn't easy.
6.
Not great where Shaun's finished, though.
No man's land. It's still potable, this red.
Beautifully controlled, that was. Beautifully
7.
controlled. Now, He's having a look at the reds. If he can play on. If nothing's available, he could take a chance of trying to make something happen. Try and get pink and black in play somehow. Play a cannon down there. But if the red goes, he'll probably play on that. But pink and black being where they are is horrible. Now that might make a difference. That red being moved. Yeah, that could be useful. Taking that one away. Because the other one is played on now pots.
18.
Hmm.
90.
If anything, overhit that one. And can't have the black or the pink, so it's a safety shot. I think he's struggling to hit any colour from where he's finished. Yep, looked promising. Now all of a sudden it's trouble in one shot. Yep, he snookered.
Green ball. Shaun for 90.
Well, I thought at the start of this match, Ronnie looked
1.
really focused and really on the job, but that's sort of a couple of frames. I mean, basically, it looks like he's just going to go for everything. Could be there for the taking this afternoon. Although I did think that with Barry Hawkins. Barry Hawkins too and take advantage, and then Ronnie went up a gear at the end of the match. So you can never relax when you're playing Ronnie. But at the moment, he just seems to be going through a phase of throwing his arm at everything.
Well,
5.
thought you'd get the little cannon there just to hold the cue ball up. This is a pretty tricky black. Far from easy, this. Beautifully played. Beautifully played. A lot of pressure on that. That was really nicely cued. Unfortunately, black's out of commission.
Yeah, the red that he cannoned off the cushion, he was just hoping to nudge that just a little bit further to make the black on to left corner. He's asking a lot there to get up for the blue.
Shaun for 12.
Yeah, that was going to be some shot. That pace banging down to try and get up the table. Looks like an easy miss at the pot, but what he was trying to do with the cue ball wasn't easy.
1.
Yeah, I think one thing Shaun just a little bit needs to be a little bit careful about is not get drawn into just basically a slugfest. He's going for everything. So keep his composure, keep playing his own game.
4. 5.
Natural angle here in the blue to just drop on one of these two reds to the left middle.
Ten. 13. 11.
Going to be some clearance if he makes it here, let me tell you. Perfect on one of the awkward reds.
16.
How does he get the one out that's next to the black?
Seventeen. Twenty-two.
Great pot, and he'll leave an angle now, and it's all about, well, it should have been all about the split.
Minus 11, 22.
Didn't see him missing that one. They've had a lovely angle on the blue just to come down and play the cannon and split the red and black up, but I did not see that miss coming. Well, it's a miss, but it's a result now. Is it red onto pink onto red? Big shot to be taken on. I mean, he's going to have a look there. He's looking at the angle of the plant. He's thinking about it. Doesn't have to play it, of course. He could play off the red that he's closest to and play a safety. You know that red's going to be covered with the pink. So it's the safety shot. Yeah, don't blame him.
Maybe Shaun was thinking or wishing he should have had a go at that 3-ball plant now, because he's in a spot of bother here.
Yeah, there's a shot where he just comes off the side cushion, absolutely dead weight, and hits the red that's loose. You obviously won't leave the one in the corner, but you've got to play this very delicately. He's trying it. You don't want to hit that red and knock it into the plant, so that was a pretty decent shot there. No attempt at the pot, just a very good safety. And very good it is. Absolutely top draw, that safety shot. Now, what's the plant looking like now, if you can hit it?
Yeah, but how can you play against this? 1 minute it looks like he's just going to go for everything. Next minute he plays like granite safety.
Yeah. I mean, that safety shot is as good as it gets. It's not a direct plant, for the red onto pink onto red to knock that in. So it's not even any value in a swerve shot. If you played that, I'm pretty sure that would miss. The trouble is the blue is actually stopping the cue ball going past the angle he wants to come down into the corner to try and get into the jaws and hit that red. Well, he's having another look at that. One onto the other. He may consider it the only shot he's got, but just don't know whether it's on. Yeah, there is a balk area, top cushion, side cushion, and across, and try and come into that red from behind, say top cushion, left hand side cushion, and come across the table and try and get in behind it. That's a possibility. Well, he's going across the table. Pretty similar shot to what I suggested. Try and get in behind.
Foul. Anonymous. Ronnie Sullivan 4.
Oh. Not putting him back in. Considering that's as much trouble as anything. Interesting little exchange. Can't pot it. Things that can happen. When was the last time you saw a frame like this? Coming up to best part of 7 minutes since the last ball was potted, and well, this is not a particularly nice situation at all. But it's turned out a good safety shot. Excellent. A very good shot. Played some good safety today.
Foul. Anonymous.
And a free ball, you would think.
Shaun Murphy 4. 3 ball.
Free ball it is. Is it any good? Wonder if the blue passes the brown. Potential pot. No, doesn't.
Yellow ball.
Tricky yellow. Not easy in these middle pockets, they're very tight. tad too high, wasn't it?
Well, I'd be tempted by this red. Thinking he's got enough angle.
Need to clean it. Yeah.
I think he's got enough angle on it to pot it and come off 2 cushions and get the cue ball out for either pink or black. And the fact that he's getting it cleaned, well, he wouldn't be getting it cleaned if he wasn't going to play it. Put it that way.
Yeah, must have been some foreign body on there, but sorted out. Other side of the table, but and he potted one of, well, other sides to knock the black in against Jack the other day. He's pretty good at these shots, but this is tight to the cushion. This has got to be hit absolutely flush. Looks easy, but not in these pockets.
Well, it just shows you Ronnie's still there to win the frame. He's been going for a lot of shots. I thought he might have been tempted by that red to right middle, but refused it.
And he's left him a chance to get in behind the board colours here. Bit thicker for that, but very awkward at the moment. Once again, left an opportunity to get in behind those 3 board colours. Now, this might be a pot. He was down. Oh, it's not quite there. Half a roll on that red, and it would have been. He had a look before, Shaun, whether he thought he could play slightly cushion first and maybe knock the red in that's to the right of the pink. But that's pretty tight. Don't know whether he's got the room there to get past the pink without hitting it first, so this is awkward, very awkward. Could play the red from behind. Top cushion first, the one that's on the left. Just come off the top cushion and play it coming backwards. That's a way out of it. I think that's probably where I'd be going. Top cushion first and back onto the red, gently. It was the right shot, but I wouldn't have played at that pace. I think it's okay. It's tight in the middle pocket, but he may have given him a chance. Yep. It was the right shot, just played a little bit too firm. Can he get on that red? So tight. We'll soon find out.
Eight.
Yes, he could.
Nine.
So ultimately, after that little bout of cat and mouse, it's O'Sullivan who comes out in front. As I say, Shaun played the
15.
right shot there, just a bit too firm.
17.
And once again, some frames Ronnie doesn't look like he's half interested. He's just played really good stuff
20.
near the end of it.
Yeah, this is like the start of the first frame. When he knew there was a sort of tactical battle to be won, he sort of knuckled down.
24.
As I say, he's very unpredictable what shot he's going to play. Nightmare to play against.
29. $35.
Ronnie O'Sullivan takes a 3-1 advantage at the mid-session interval.
Well, what a fascinating frame, you got to say, and it says quite a lot about the attitude of both players. The 7 times Masters champion, 3-1 up on the magician, Shaun Murphy. Back to Stephen and John.
Just going to go.
Yeah, it was a fascinating first 4 frames, mainly for me, for the fact that you just didn't know what sort of shot Ronnie was going to play. Whether he was going to play the correct shot, or immaculate safety, like he did, or as a
Thank you.
couple of times he
The
did
first
just
frame.
basically throw his
Ronnie
arm at
O'Sullivan's
something.
break.
Really looking forward to this second session.
Well, that red today just wants to keep coming up the table off the break-off. Happened with Shaun, and he just got back into 2-1. He made a terrible break and brought the red up. And it's happened again, so chance for Shaun. Must be a little bit tighter than our angle, but does look like it's on.
One.
Yeah, potted
6.
that blue into the left-hand side of the middle there, slightly overcut it, so cue ball's run away a tad. Another cannon off this. Beautifully played.
7.
And bang on the black. Nice shot that.
$14.
Just a little twixt in between both reds. Expect them to get this, but yeah, could have been
15.
missed.
$20. 21. $26. 27.
Things starting to get a little bit more tricky. 2 reds to the right of the bunch. You can screw and try and play a cannon on one of those. That'll leave a red to left corner. And just left himself slightly hampered.
34.
And it's just off straight, so it shouldn't be a problem. Top spin, land in the black. Yep, well judged.
35.
Yeah, seems to have come out in a very determined mood for the mid-session interval. Wasn't too much wrong with the opening session. Talk about a black off the spot he missed and one thing, but that's a session could have been any scoreline really.
42.
Certainly didn't play badly. So that would have been a positive from the team talk.
43.
And he's certainly hitting the ball beautifully well. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's one way of avoiding being confused by Ronnie's play or shot choice is just keep him in his chair. I mean, what he's doing here, just pot all the balls. And you don't have to worry about that.
Would have liked another roll on the cue ball there, just got an angle on the pink, but not a problem. This is the real important part of this frame. All the balls are out in the open. He scored 57, more to come. Just keep that concentration level up and get past that 75 point at least, which will take you to winning the frame. So it's just concentration, nothing else here. And of course, the added bonus of winning in one visit, the scoreboard changes
63.
very quickly.
64.
Past the point of no return. Just knock this one in, make sure he's not coming back, and this has been
72.
a wonderful break. Played to perfection, has to be said. Cue ball control of the highest order.
$77. 78. $85. 86.
Already had an earlier century of 131, equaling his highest break in this year's event. And, well, no reason why this shouldn't be a century. This has been top draw from start to finish.
92. $93.
Just this black, his second century of this semi-final. Beautifully played, Shaun Murphy. From start to finish, this has been wonderful.
100.
Not to be, won't be too worried about that. With a century break. Great response from the mid-session interval, that is. All of a sudden, it's 3-2. Yeah, just got to keep on plugging away and hope those chances come. As I say, when he gets the balls open, some beautiful cannons in the last frame and splitting the pack open, and well, the cue ball never looked anything other than he looks himself there, immaculate. Beautiful play and totally in control. I say he's a long time since I've seen him cue as well. He's been good right since the start of the tournament. First round with Zangander, and then of course against Jack, where he scored heavily. He's certainly hitting it good, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He is, and he always has been, a big occasion player, Shaun Murphy. He loves the stage. He loves being the centre of attention and performing.
Well, here's a shot that will tell us where we are at the moment. Ronnie's long game not been wonderful so far. This is like a bog standard shot for these players. Not easy, I know, but we'll see where he is. Beautiful. Lovely strike. There's my answer.
Yeah, not just the delivery of the cue, but you can see how still he kept his head. That's the secret. If the head moves, everything goes. Has he got an answer to Shaun Murphy's century? He's done it his whole career. Whenever his opponents put it up to him,
6.
he's got a reply, but you could hear a slight exhale there. Overscrewed that by, well, good 10, 12 inches for the blue. No problem, nope, back in prime position.
11.
Could be the aggressive shot right into the bunch here. Bit of pace. And it goes. That's the cue ball. Red one past the black.
90.
Wow, there's some shot he's taken on. Oh, phone the police.
20.
Great red, decent pink, and another mid-range pot required.
26.
And
27.
with a beautiful piece of cueing, as good as it's that one. It's almost like you're getting a bit close to me here. I might as well step it up a gear.
Well, whenever he's been in,
32.
it just as if he's unless he physically hasn't got a pot on,
33.
he's not going to leave the table. He's going to go for everything.
$40. 41.
Once again, another example of how to
48.
make a break so much simpler. Powered that into the pack. Extra screw on the cue ball. Right in the middle of the table. Got to have options after you've played that shot.
$49.
Yeah, for the brown, blues can't be potted in the left-hand middle.
$53. 54.
Well, it only only took the best part of 7 minutes for the last frame with Shaun Murphy's visit.
59.
Century break. And this is pretty damn quick as well.
60.
And just past the 4-minute mark. Just doesn't want that to run past that red that he can and may still go up into the green pocket
67.
if he's not on this bottom red. So that'll be the one he'll take. Yeah, as you can see, can't quite get through to that. So a good pot required here. And got. Unbelievable pot. And played with screw and run inside when it was frame ball.
Yeah, felt the need to, had to play, as you say, as if he was in an exhibition with a bit of flair.
7.
A little shake of the head because he didn't land straight on the pink. He had to go around the angles for the next red. When Ronnie O'Sullivan plays position, you're talking millimetres of precision. And if it's out,
82.
he's not happy.
83.
Yeah, played with the side to flick it over. Might be the double now.
90.
Not there, but a magnificent break of 90 in the blink of an eye. What a response from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Some great shots in there. The red in the middle of that break was absolutely ridiculous. He now leads by
Incredible,
4 frames
isn't it?
to
He
2.
just seems to be able to press the accelerator button whenever.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to
It's like
break.
an innate instinct that he has, you know, how focused he was in that whole break. Just like he did when, you know, Barry came back at him and Ding came back at him in those earlier matches.
Well, he's 4-2 up. Needs 2 more for a place in a 14th Masters final.
Yeah, better break off this time. Red didn't come back up the table. As I say, that's quite unusual, but it's happened 3 times today already. And that's a better break, and it can be debilitating what we've just seen in the last frame. Shaun Murphy's break of 100 was absolutely superb. And in the space of just over 5 minutes later, he's replied with a 90, and you're still 2 behind. That was as good as he's hit it in the match, Ronnie. Yeah, the old standard shot that's a drop in the side of the pack isn't on here with that loose red being to the left of the pink. So he's got to go in behind. Doesn't want to flick off that red. He actually just missed it. If he'd have flicked off the one that's below the cue ball, he'd have left the pot there. So that was good judgment. Better be thin, this, and it was. Good shot. And put that anywhere thick, he'll bring the jaws into play. Bit of a collector's item there. Only hitting the green. A nice target there in behind that green if you can get the cue ball in there. But that's far too thick. Needed to run to get behind the yellow if he can. It's done well for him actually. Got a little bit further than I thought it was going to get. Lovely weight on this cue ball.
Yeah, another example there. And it's Ronnie, unless the cue ball's glued to the baulk cushion, he never ever plays a safety shot plain ball. There's always some sort of side to manipulate that cue ball, maneuver it to where he wants it to go.
Pretty good reply from Shaun Murphy, that. Very good. That's what you've got to do. Aside from score and break build, you've got to try and match him in that department. Tough to do, I know, but that was a very good safety from Shaun. He's thinking about this one. It's not straightforward. Has he got the cover? He has, you know.
I just watched Shaun. It was like a slow walk to the table from his chair, like he knew it was an impending doom.
Yeah, you could see the red going across the table, and he got up with a strut. And by the time he was there, he was nearly stumbling over his own feet. And this is horrible, by the way. It's not just you can't see the red. This is tough to get out of and not stick something up. Can't drop into the side of the pack, either side. Might have to be... I mean, if you just play a two-cushion escape here, you can't really do that either. The red on the right-hand side you leave up. He's in all sorts of bother here. Well, if he gets out of this with absolute dead weight, this will be a great shot. He hasn't. But will he be punished? It's not easy. Yeah, it's a sickener when you're playing him. You don't feel as if he should get a little bit of run of the ball. I mean, I know he played a decent safety, but a shot before, but to get everything red over the corner and right in behind the yellow was a bit of a sick note for Shaun. Doesn't like the green. He's missed one. Has he got away with that one? Just trying to drop it in and hold for the red, but may have snookered him on that one with the pink. Yeah, if he was playing that red that was towards the corner on the right, and you were just dropping it in, you needed, say, for game ball or something, you could play it with a little bit of side and straighten it up, but over that distance and trying to hold the cue ball, it's not really on, so he's usually extremely proficient with the rest. And there's an example. Fabulous pot, that.
One.
Yeah, he was 8 out of 8 today, and I was a bit reluctant to say it before he played it, knowing the commentator's curse, but he is. I think he's the best using that. I don't think there's anyone as good. There's 2 or 3 that are also very good, but I think Shaun's in a class of his own.
Just a bit awkward on it, just bridging over.
Shaun Murphy, one.
Still thought he'd get it, but that was probably a factor.
Such a big shot, especially where he was going to be leaving the cue ball.
Yeah, the black. Well, Ronnie was
One.
prowling around there, just trying to plot his weight. for this break. Wasn't completely sure the black was potable, but it flies in, as you can see. Just slightly lost the cue ball there.
8.
Well, this red is cuttable.
Nine.
Yeah, gave himself a couple of options there. If he wasn't on the pink, he knew he had the yellow. And this is looking like a very good chance now. Black is available, top left-hand pocket.
11.
Pink's out in the open enough to be handy.
Yeah, ominous is what it's looking. He did it every time during the UK Championship. Whenever anyone got close to him or threatened him, he just found a gear.
19.
Not the best positional shot there, though.
Yeah, good news is going up into that balk area, plenty of options. Blue's certainly one of them.
20.
Has got an angle on this blue. He's just looking to see the red does pass the black into the top left-hand pocket, so he can play through for that one if he wishes. And the top one goes as well, so
25.
this is ideal.
$26.
Yeah, he's looking fully focused here. He knows this should be 5-2 if he minds his work.
33. 34. 41. 42. 47. 48.
So it's just a matter of remove the loose red. Just wondering whether, well, it does go. The top one of the four is loose as well. Before he'd have to play any cannon.
55. 56.
'Brilliant. Brilliant contribution.
Yeah, it's almost like
63.
a boxer wanting to be punched first before he springs into action.
64.
You know, Shaun Murphy makes that century break, and the next two frames doesn't get a shot because Ronnie just goes up a gear.
You know, he's not landed on it there, but the two contributions, the last frame and
71.
this one, well, you can't play any better. Is it there? Not quite. Fantastic frame from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Brilliant contribution there. Break of 71 in the blink of an eye. And Shaun Murphy was looking good at 3-2, but he's not now 5-2 down. Some rapid snooker from O'Sullivan and brilliant snooker too.
Also, like, incredibly intense.
It's an awesome performance so far, and Shaun Murphy's done nothing wrong when you think about it. He's made 2 centuries.
Yep, the old adage, Hazel, though, when he wins you 2 frames. It's a tough school out there, especially when you're playing this man and he's best. Actually, may have left. Well, he's not playing it. I thought there might have been a potential pot on the outside of the pack. But there was a potential pot there instead. What do I know? Absolutely ridiculous.
Five.
Yeah, and this
6.
is already looking like a wonderful chance. There's 3 or 4, maybe 5 loose reds out here for Ronnie to pick off before the pack needs to be seen to. And these frames are reminding me very similar to what he did to Ding Junhui in the
11.
final of the UK. The last 3 frames there, he just put the afterburners on and it was match over.
12.
Just went up, well, 3 or 4 gears in a blink. And this is looking very similar, this performance.
Yeah, you'd be a brave person
19.
to bet against Shaun Murphy having played his last shot in this match. Such is the way that this man closes out matches.
20.
Red at the bottom of the bunch goes to right corner, which will, when it's potted, clear the way for 1 to the left corner. He may choose, if he gets the right angle, to go into the pack here.
25.
Well, that's out of the equation now, and he's a little bit straight. That's very, very rare that you see Ronnie finishing straight on the black off a spot. And we'll just annoy him slightly.
Yeah, just a slightly more difficult pot in the middle. As I say, these need respect. Well, not lots of aim at there, you can see. But in she goes.
34.
Now, has he landed on anything? For once, I don't think he has.
41.
It wasn't easy, this. Couldn't guarantee being on anything, but, well. He's trying to rein himself in here. He's half tempted to play something he probably shouldn't be playing.
I don't know what you think when you're in your chair. I mean, it's just ridiculous. As I say, got to the table, he just doesn't want to leave until the frame's won. Doesn't matter what shot he has to play.
40.
And again, you can hear a gasp. He's overscrewed that.
Yep, he's making the cue ball sing here.
54. 55.
All about the little split here. This goes right. It could be frame and match. Does the red go in the middle? Does it pass?
62.
I think it does. So it's just this bit of cueing required. Didn't see him missing that one the way he'd gone in that break. Great pot. Well, this will be one of the all-time greats if he clears up from here after what he's had to sit in his chair for the last 10 minutes or so.
8.
Oh, has he missed it? Oh, he has.
Shaun
Unbelievable.
Murphy, 8.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's made a century break, his second of the match, and then just it's been the Ronnie O'Sullivan show, and he's had the best seat in the house basically. And how can you come back to the table ready to make the clearance for what he's been witnessing? So difficult.
Yep. He's going to be through
8.
to tomorrow's final, and it'd be a brave man to back against him.
9.
His cue ball control and break building, well, there's never been anyone quite like him. We should enjoy him for as long as he keeps playing this game, because
50.
you'll never see another one like him. I can tell you that for nothing.
16.
You ask all the players, they know as well as anybody how special this man is.
$19.
Might be the cross double. Very close. But that'll be it. Shaun Murphy offers his hand and says well played to Ronnie O'Sullivan. And that burst in the second session was absolutely magnificent. So much so, he gets a standing ovation from this alley-pally crowd, and quite right too. He's in the final now, 6-2 against Shaun Murphy.
Ronnie, you apologised for how you played against Barry Hawkins. There was absolutely no need to apologise this afternoon. Wasn't that magnificent?
I just heard what Steve Davies said. He said I shouldn't try and entertain the crowd, but I never have tried to entertain the crowd. I've just always tried to go out there and play snooker the way I know I can, and if the crowd enjoy that, then great. But that's never been my sort of philosophy. You know, I just like to play the game well, and if I don't play it well, then I get quite frustrated. But the start of the match was, it wasn't, you know, there's a few mistakes, but then I got I cleaned it up a little bit, you know, and I need to do that these days because I can't pot as well as these guys, but I can make good breaks amongst the balls and, you know, make up for it that way. So yeah, I played. Listen, I won the match. That's it, yeah.
You certainly did. And now an opportunity to become the oldest as well as the youngest winner of the Masters, just as you did at the UK last month.
Yeah, I don't feel that old. I mean, I feel I know my ages, but I feel young in my mind. I feel young when I'm round the table. I feel a lot younger round the table than I do when I'm playing these young players. They look old, the way they, you know, their brains are quite slow. So for me, I still feel like my brain's pretty quick around the snooker table, which is enough, you know. So yeah, they need to get their act together because I'm going blind. I've got a dodgy arm and bad knees. They still can't beat me.
You've still got it. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the Rocket tomorrow in the final.